Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor player and coach, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
Well, Hinata has gained some new perspective.
It was really interesting. There's been a lot of conversations going on the Discord about the previous episodes in terms of should Hinata have showed up, how Washijo treated him, was it okay, what the expectations were, and I've thoroughly enjoyed reading through it, talking about it. I love the dialogue about it because it's an interesting situation. Like, what are the expectations when you show up somewhere uninvited? What are you owed? How should you be treated? Was it okay? So I would encourage you to hop on the Discord and give that a read if you're interested in some of the opinions, but wide variety of ideas and thoughts, and it was interesting.
The members have Adam writing paragraphs, so you know it's serious.
Well, so I downloaded Discord on my computer, which means I got my whole screen to type in now, not just my phone, so you're getting long comments.
Watch out, you opened Pandora's box with this one, okay? But he spent a lot of time observing the players and for the first time ever has been watching to learn instead of just wanting to play. Well, he wants to play, but you know what I mean. And so the development was crazy. A different type of learning, a different type of practice.
And it was good. Not very many athletes find themselves in that situation, especially at his age. So I think if he can carry that forward, and I think he will watch other matches differently now instead of as a fan. He'll start to get a critical eye when, you know, they play and they're off watching another team. But that's a huge learning step for him, in my opinion.
Adam was correct. Kageyama messed up his first set at his training camp, but we ended last episode with Tsukishima telling Hinata that he had something to say, or he said, "Come here." And we were kind of left with a bit of a cliffhanger. So we will find out what is going on there. Any predictions for this one?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know what take it easy means. I don't know whether that's Kageyama and his nerves at the national team, or if it relates to Tsukishima and Hinata's conversation. I'm not sure.
I remember this episode, so we'll find out. But as we are kind of alluding to, and as you know, today we're watching season 4, episode 4 of Haikyu, Take It Easy. So let's not wait any longer. Here we go.
Oi. ちょっと付き合ってくんない?
You're in trouble.
何すんなよ。付き合うって何に? ブロック練習。自主練なら球拾い以外やったって問題ないでしょ。別に無理にとは。スッキリ入ります。お願いします。さあ、それ先勝たせば。いやー、やっぱ知ってるやつがいると安心だな。
Do we know each other?
ブロッコリー1号。2号。
Oh my gosh. A little socially inept.
夏合宿の時から近寄りがたかったけど、何を考えてんのやら。カラスのあの白鳥沢破って全国だろ。おう。すげえよな。うちは決勝でフルセット負け。勝てると思ったんだけどな。おい。
Kabutsujima's on!
まだビデオ見れてないんだけど、白鳥沢がなんで負けたの？
カラスのあの白鳥沢破って全国だろ。おう。すげえよな。うちは決勝でフルセット負け。勝てると思ったんだけどな。おい。
おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、おい、 若年君は不調だったわけ？
絶好調に見えましたけど。
はあ？じゃあなんで負けんだよ。どんな手使った？誰か若年君止めた？
ああ、まあ止めてました。日向のあれはほぼレシーブか。
そいつ誰？何年？なんてやつ？どこ
悪いね。こいつ超絶ネガティブなのよ。自分を脅かしそうなやつが気になって仕方ねえの。
俺はネガティブじゃない。慎重なんだ。
作者さんはまだ本気出してませんよね。
なんで？
なんとなくイメージより普通だなって思ったんで。
今ちょっと肩の調子が悪い気がするんだよな。こいつの場合大体気のせいなんだけど、まあそういうとこは慎重でいいと思うよ。
風呂。
もう
他のやつの菌が入る前に入る。
邪魔したね。
Okay, let's touch on the Tsukishima part first.
This is why I love Haikyu. We're 4 minutes into the show, and I feel like I could talk for 20 minutes right now.
Tsukishima's voluntarily practicing.
So A, he's voluntarily practicing. B, he invited Hinata. My question is he thinking about nationals and he's like, you need to learn how to block? Or is he being just an inclusive team member, or does he feel bad for him?
Or he has the volleyball bug.
He might have the I think he does have the volleyball bug, but that doesn't mean he's going to start being nice to Hinata all of a sudden.
So there's that. Now you're getting what you wanted with the Kageyama storyline.
Okay, let's throw this out there. How awkward are these meetings where you have kids coming together who are competing and they just all show up for the first time? I know you've been there, and you were very young.
I was younger than everybody, and I was a shy kid to begin with. So it was like, put me in a corner, nobody talk to me, and I'll just play, please. But the way Kageyama's acting, like he's not being malicious, and we've talked about this with Ushijima, just like he says it like it is and it's not malicious, it's just fact, and I feel like that's coming out of Kageyama right now.
100%.
He's like, are you at your best? It doesn't seem like you are. You haven't gotten there yet.
In fairness, though, his first comment of how did you beat them, he must not have been playing well, that's kind of a shot too.
It's kind of making it seem like all these top athletes are like kind of socially awkward.
But 100%.
Which, having played in Asia, in different countries in Asia, if a child is identified at being athletically gifted, they are then sequestered, honestly, from a very young age and are put into those training programs and stuff. So a lot of them do end up a little bit socially awkward because they're not socialized in the same way as like normal kids. Like, I've experienced it, trust me. So this isn't like completely out of the realm of normal for me, but just like the top athletes are just like, the guy in the green that Kageyama started talking to seems
Broccoli.
normal.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what do I do now?
But it's such an interesting dynamic because I'd never played junior national, but like provincial teams and other like lower level teams where you make it, and all of these guys who you're now living with, essentially, you've been competing with, and you, quite frankly, hate their guts up until that point because they're always the ones who are keeping you from winning or that you're playing against. And so those interactions when you're in the same place before you've gelled as a team, everybody is kind of sizing everybody up. You're hitting, you don't want to get blocked by that guy, who can hit the ball higher, who's faster, who jumps better. Like, there's all of this tension around having made that team as well. This is so typical and so funny to watch.
普通に見えるって言ったんだ。みんなレベル高いけどさ、特にあの人何者だろうな。
He has super hearing. It's his demon slayer ability.
Zenitsu.
いやー、それにしても今回の合宿やってること自体がなんか不思議な感じだ。
鷲城先生も変わろうとしているんだと思います。でなきゃそもそも選抜合宿の話に乗ることもメインの指導を穴原先輩に任せることもなかったでしょうね。カラスノと戦ってから鷲城先生はやはり少し違います。
やっぱカラスノの10番は気にしてる。
まあ確実に意識はしてますね。
That's a low
決
bar.
勝の最後、カラスノの10番が決めた時の鷲城先生の顔がなんか忘れられないんすよね。すげえ悔しい様子は当然なんすけど、それでいて。
お待たせしました。生牡蠣です。
おお、来た来た。
おい、気をつけろよ。俺たちが学生の時牡蠣に当たった先生いたろ。
次の日から自主練になったやつですよね。懐かしいな。
レフト。
Wait, we never saw his face.
Not yet.
日向君ってリベロじゃないんすか？
え、俺リベロに見える？レシーブうまげに見える？
No, you're short.
そういうわけじゃないんすけど。はい、そうかよ。
俺もブロックやる。
ミドル2人だと。
お前が打つなら俺が叩き落とす。じゃあ俺も。
マジかよ。
He's like, I'm the boss here.
止めたら。えい。
一番低いの僕かよ。今のはサイドの位置取りが悪いね。ストレートが楽すぎ。
だって絶対クロス打ってくると思った。
だよな。
僕も今のはクロスで打ってくると思った。助走の向きは完全にクロスに切り込む感じだったじゃん。やっぱうまいな。こいつもバレエ歴短いって聞いたけど、さすが立て子。闇雲に飛んでるわけじゃない。
なあ月島、お前もしかして自分のブロック練と称して俺にスパイクを打たせてくれようと？
違う。
Absolutely not.
レベルの高いチームと当たればブロッカーとスパイカーの駆け引きはもっとシビアになる。駆け引きは置いといて、日向が相当ブロックが見えているスパイカーなのは確かだ。練習相手に使わない手はない。
I love that from Tsukishima. And I think that honestly there is a little bit of... He feels bad for Hinata because he sees him working hard. He wants him to get a chance. But selfishly he wants to get better. And you're right, he has the bug now. He's thinking about nationals. He's thinking about blocking other hitters. I love seeing that. And it's interesting, both guys he was blocking with said out loud, I thought he was going cross. Tsukishima kept his thoughts to himself. In his head he was like, so did I, but I'm not going to tell anybody else that. And that's a subtle competitive thing that you really have to pay attention to. I'm not giving any of you guys anything because we're going to play you.
And I agree with you. He 100% asked to practice so Hinata could have a chance. Because he's like, we're going to nationals and Hinata needs to practice too.
Yeah.
Like, he knows what he's doing. He's very calculating and deliberate with his decision making.
It's almost as if he chose to use his brain power for other things while he was just playing volleyball for the sake of playing volleyball. And now all he thinks about is volleyball and how they're going to do nationals. And he is, don't confuse yourself. He's collecting information on everybody who's at this training camp.
Don't confuse yourself.
That didn't come out the right way. But don't kid yourself. He's going to have a little black book on all of these players for when they play them.
He got hooked on volleyball with that block on Ushijima.
But he's still taking his digs at Hinata. Hinata's like, hey, you were trying to be nice to me. No, I wasn't.
Of course I wasn't. How dare you think that?
ネット越えるくらいならAパス意識しすぎなくていいよ。はい。あとは構える位置。もうちょいネットから離れていい。はい。影山、左利きのミドルにも難なく合わせてるな。
技術もセンスも素晴らしいですね。
どうだ。もっと早く打てると思うんだよな。こうパパッとコンパクトにさ。わかった。
すぐわかったって言えるのも、それを実行できんのも。
スーパーパワー。
今くらいのパスで大丈夫なんで。了解。影山って多分コミュニケーション不器用なんだろうけど、意識的に頑張ってるって感じだよな。
He's gonna get hit in the face.
Okay. お見事。エンドライン。ストレッチね。
He has found somebody he's going to look up to, or wants to beat.
What do you mean?
Just, he turned around with a little smirk of, yeah, you're good, this is going to be fun. Or what do you think? Or you can't tell me, because...
I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough, then just leave it.
Let's just keep that flowing.
Okay. The one thing I thought was really impressive about that was... He was up, so two things. One, his jump reminded me of one of the players we watched in the NCAA women's final. Who are we talking about that got off the ground so quick?
Tori Stafford.
Tori Stafford. Just made that comparison because we just watched that. But the other piece was I loved how he swung deep even though he was so high in the air and he could have hit the ball straight down. That's going to help him out afterwards. And I'm assuming he's going to be an important character down the road.
I think... Going back to Kageyama, the best athletes, tell me if you agree with this or not, are ones who can like take feedback and implement it right away. And then not only that, but like they remember that feedback and are mindful about it so they don't have to be told 27 times.
I would agree with that. The people who have the most body control, awareness, ability to take in information and make adjustments are generally the very high level athletes.
Like he got one thing of feedback and he's like, got it, and I guarantee he won't have to be told again.
I would agree with that. I mean, he's a special breed of athlete for sure.
I was just thinking that when I watched that.
Oi! お前、俺を見たことあんのか？ここに来てから見てます。そうじゃねえよ。 今までに俺の試合見たことあんのかっつってんの。ナイス。影山また絡まれてる。そうか。じゃあもっとビビれよ、驚けよ。初見からずっとみたいな顔しやがって。大抵のやつはこのタッパの俺を舐めた後、俺のプレーを見てビビる。そこまでが一連の流れなんだよ。
Do you kind of understand why I didn't say anything?
こっちもめんどくさい人だ。ビビってますけど参考になります。
いやー、木も座ってるね。
セッター2年宮集む。
ちなみに飛びおくんはなかなかトゲトゲしい第一印象やったけど、プレーはだいぶお利口さんよな。
ああ。
Okay, what is your interpretation of that interaction? Because I got into it with people the first time I watched. Because I think the general impression was that I misinterpreted it.
I'm not actually 100% sure. That interaction was strange, calling him a goody-goody two-shoes.
Like, that has very negative connotations in English.
Yeah. It immediately makes me think he's sucking up to the coaches, is my first impression. And the other one is almost that you're soft and you just give your hitters whatever they want, like you don't have a spine or pushback. But it's a strange comment. What did you think?
I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, first of all, what are you doing coming up and like saying that to him? Like, you don't even know him. And it just like makes it seem like such a negative, and it's just like, why? Because he like listened to the coaches? Why? Because he is like trying to give the hitters what they want, which he learned from Oikawa that is a good thing, and that's what makes a good setter. So it just was like, seemed a little inflammatory unnecessarily.
I took that as he's taking a shot at him for sure.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I will say the other unique thing about the situation is when you play against somebody, you have a very different perception of who they really are off the court, and you start to see them, this is what you should think, this is what other people think, and as you spend time with them, that opinion changes. But the first week can be interesting. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of bad assumptions, a lot of assuming people are one way when they're not. So it's interesting to see them work through that kind of in real time at practice.
What did you think of the other guy?
I mean, he kind of strikes me as being similar to Hinata, but more skilled in terms of, I'm short, you should underestimate me, why isn't your reaction the same as everybody else's?
But that's why his reaction wasn't the same. It's because he's like, yeah, I play with one of you.
Yeah.
I play with somebody similar, and I'm taking notes on how I can use him well.
Yeah, and I know that we're seeing all of this from Kageyama's perspective, but it seems like he's a bit of a wild card where people care about his opinion, either because they don't know him or because they beat I had a stroke, short-circuited Shiro Torizawa. But everybody seems to want to pick at him or figure out what he thinks, and maybe that's because he's quiet, or it's been interesting to see.
He's re-energized.
Now
He
that
hasn't
he's
hit a
played,
couple balls.
he's gonna watch.
この上から見るのがマインブームである。国見のレシーブは牛若元に似てるんだよな。無駄がない感じが。
客様ほら
いや、できるだけ動きたくないだけなのか。見事に見送ったな。
もっと気合い入れてやろうぜ。今のは大男だろう。せっかく普段できないメンバーなんだし、もっとがむしゃらにやろうぜ。ああ、すまん。あいつもやるときはやるからさ。おい国見、今のは追えよ。
はーい。
Oh boy, bad attitude.
はい、じゃあ水分取ってから2対2。
俺、あいつ苦手だ。
国見か。
みんな一生懸命やってんのに、一人だけあんまやる気なくね。
でもあいつ体力温存してて、試合後半に本気出してくんの超厄介なんだぞ。まあ拾えるボールは追った方がいいよな。
だろう、楽しようとしすぎだ。
楽か。
2対2か。正直これが一番きついよな。2人だとずっと動き回らなきゃいけないからな。
That's the worst.
まあでも誰よりしんどいのは一番経験値が低いあいつか。
True story.
申し訳ないが2メートルとは組みたくないよな。
でかいけど技術はまだ中学レベルだもんな。カバーするの大変なんだよ。
集合。ルールは変わらず、スパイクの時に指の腹を使ったフェイント禁止。10点選手ね。何回も言うけど常に次を考えながらやること。なんとなくやってたら勝てないよ。はい。
He's gonna win.
にゃろ。
Would that not be considered tipping though?
2対2の時、国見のいるチーム強いんだよな。やっぱ器用だし、相手をよく見てるって感じだ。でもなんだろう、それだけじゃなく余裕がある感じがすんなって。
オッケー。すげえ見てくる。客様。
自分がどんどん置いていかれる感覚。プレーが雑になっていくのも自分でわかる。2人しかいない中で精度の高い攻撃はなかなかできない。だから相手をよく見て隙をつく。そして俺は自分が隙だらけだと分かってる。分かったところで足がついていくわけじゃない。2対2、早く終われ。
ドリンクソイ。
お前が選ばれればよかった。バカか。そんなことこいつが一番思ってる。強豪のレギュラーでここにいるこいつと戦ったことあるやつ全員がこいつを警戒している。俺みたいになんとなくいるんじゃなく、自分で選ばれに来るようなやつ。
中山。
いやいや、俺も選ばれればよかった。じゃね？ ここに呼ばれたやつは何かしらすごいやつらで、百座なんつってもでっけえだろ。まあ確かに俺は影山がいないと若干
Philosopher face.
若干な本領を発揮できないみたいなとこはあるけども、とはいえ
俺はでかいだけだ。
おいどけってなんだ。お前2メートルってすんげえだろ。もし必殺殺人サーブか身長2メートルどっちか今すぐもらえるっつったら絶対2メートルだね。だってサーブは頑張れるけど身長は頑張るも何もねえし、とにかく2メートルなんて一番最高にマックスすげえ才能だろ。
ライバル励ますなんて余裕だね。
何を言ってやがる。俺は怒っている。
いや励ましてるように見えるぞ。
そう？いやまあ結果的にそれでいいです。
俺を励まして何のメリットがあんだよ。
だってお前を倒したい。なあ、俺外から見てて気づいたことあんだけど、代わりに百座はちょっとやってみてくんない？
俺に技術的なことは無理だ。
I love that Hinata chewing somebody out is the most positive thing ever.
That's you.
I knew you were going to say that.
Adam's like, I really laid into that guy. I was so tough. And he's like the nicest person ever, so it's like compliment after compliment. The person leaves feeling great about themselves.
But he's just so honest. I'm going to tell you all this stuff and it's awesome, but I want to beat you. And he'll just say that to your face.
No,
There's
it's great too, because it's like, no, I want to beat you at your best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is amazing. 2-on-2 really exposes people's lack of technique. You have to be overall quite skilled to survive at 2-on-2. You are exposed. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, if you don't... There's so much court to cover. If you can't read what a hitter's going to do or get in a position based off a set, you're never even going to be close.
And you have to do everything. Like, it's not typical 6-on-6 play where you can just highlight your, like, best skills or your best attributes. Like, it's all on display. And I feel bad for that guy. I appreciate his self-awareness, but I do feel bad for him.
Yeah, that's a new middle coming in and being forced into pass and set. And
he's an outside, I think.
I know, but I'm saying like a similar situation is that's just not a drill that highlights his skill and makes him stick out like a sore thumb, which is tough. But I mean, you're new to the sport. You need to experience that and see what the other people can do and get after it. I totally understand how discouraging that is, though. One other thing I thought was interesting, though, the Kunimi discussion. And you see this sometimes. He might not like to try very hard, but he's always in the right position. And his awareness, for him to be in a 2-on-2 drill, and to be performing as well as he is, and to realize that Hinata is staring at him off court, your awareness of what's going on around you, that is a very high level thing.
Well, that's great, but I still think it's awful.
He definitely...
Because, like, you need to take control of the things you can control, and your effort is one of the few things you can control.
And I 100% agree with you. But I'm just saying, sometimes athletes who know where to be on the court and have really good anticipation look lazy when they're actually not. Now, he let that ball drop and he didn't go after it. That's a different case.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say he is lazy.
Okay.
I played with somebody like that. And I wanted to literally pull my hair out because I'm like, yeah, you can't just decide when it's worth your effort or not because, like, you want to save up your energy, but, like, there might not be a tomorrow if you don't, like, get it going now.
True. True.
So I completely understand the frustration. I have PTSD watching that.
簡単。絶対簡単なやつ。
He looks like a grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
後ろ好きやり
届くのかよ。楽してこうぜ百頭。
簡単で些細でも慌ただしい試合中に忘れがちなこと。バレーはボールを落とすことも持つこともできない競技。でも自分あるいは仲間の体制が整わないとき、自ら時間を作ることはできる。そして自分が積極的に楽をしようとするパスは、
オッケー。
それを託した相手も楽にする。
おっ、
俺に技術的なことは無理だ。
簡単、絶対簡単なやつ。最初のボールをできるだけ高くパスすんだよ、国見みたいに。それだけで速くて苦しいリズムが多分ちょっと楽になる。そんでちょこっとリズムが整うだけでなんかこうラスト
Overtop.
いろいろできる。
真っ向勝負で2メートルに勝てるか。
Oh my gosh, you're just gonna be like, no talking! Hinata, we don't want to hear you.
I thought they were gonna have some kind of cool handshake at the end.
なんか増えた。
はい、じゃあおのおのストレッチやったら上がって。
I will say, I like to think of it as long touches.
Fair.
You can tell when teams or individuals are getting a little overwhelmed or a little nervous because they like stab at the ball or just like their movements are more jerky, but you like relaxing and thinking long touches, long contacts makes everything better.
That actually reminded me of something. There's been a lot of, his name is Washijo, right? The head coach, of people asking whether he's a good coach or not. And I haven't seen enough to know, like you kind of only see little snippets and they were in a game. But Hinata's observation that the passers on his team are efficient with their movement and quiet when they pass, to me, those are skills of very good passers, and that's not something that comes natural for a lot of people. So if you've got 2 or 3 passers on one team who are all kind of doing that and do it well, that's generally a mark of a coach who's paying attention and really working on that. So just something I kind of picked up listening to that might mean he's a better coach than he gets credit for from what you see on the screen.
Great timing, Sarah. My bad. Just press play again to see Kageyama scowling at the camera. I like that episode.
I love that episode.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good. I like that we got a good mix of both camps.
It's a cool way to kind of break up the show from just having Kirasuno and following their journey. Now they're doing different things, and Hinata's got a chance to kind of grow on his own without Kageyama, which I think is probably important for him. And no, it was good. I really like that episode.
Met some new characters.
Build that draft board, baby.
Learned some lessons. Made some friends. Overall, nice. We'd be so excited if you let us know what you think. We know season 4 is a favorite of a lot of you. So please hit us up in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Haikyu coming next week. Thanks, guys.